Okay, guys, today we have something really special. We're joined by a father-son duo. They're getting ready for the Airworks Consignment auction. We have Ruben Troyer and Eli Troyer with us. We're going to talk a little bit today about where the Airworks Consignment auction started, where the business itself started. They're going to give us a little insight on how it's grown. For those of you that aren't familiar with the Airworks Consignment auction, probably one of the largest, if not the largest, tool and equipment consignment auction in the United States. If you're looking for a tool and you come to this auction and you can't find it, the tool doesn't exist, just to give you a little bit of an idea. So I'm going to turn to Ruben here. Ruben, you started Airworks Tool Company itself, and that started before the auction itself started?
It did. It started in the early 1980s, and we started renting tools at the time, and with my father's background in auctions, we decided to have an auction once a year and offer our rental tools. That's how the whole project started.
Gotcha. And so it started, the actual auction itself. First year you guys did this consignment auction, when was that?
1990, located at our neighbor John Yoder's on Fountain Nook Road.
And I should say Ruben's tool business is headquartered in the Kidron area. You've got a couple of different stores now, correct?
We have one permanent location and one satellite location.
Okay.
Yep.
So for those of you that might come into the area, it's located right on 250, just west of where the Kidron Road crossing would be. We also have Eli Troyer with us today. Eli is Ruben's son. By way of introduction, Eli is also an auctioneer and a real estate agent, does some real estate work with us at Kaufman Realty, and so we thought we'd get both of them together to discuss a little bit. Give me some ideas, because believe it or not, I think I've been to one Airworks auction. Oh. Yeah, I know. How many rings will you guys be selling in?
Well, we'll start on Thursday, February 16th with one ring, and then Friday, February 17th, we'll go on with 12 rings at least, and ending with 14 rings on Saturday, February 18th. Last year's auction, we had 5,400 buyer numbers, so it gives you an idea of the volume of people that are at the auction.
How far outside of Ohio are your buyers coming from?
Well, we really have buyers, I'd say, represented from all across the country, actually.
Really?
We just had a phone conversation with a gentleman from Texas today, but we pretty much stay in the country. Obviously, the central states, Ohio and surrounding states, is what we represent the most of at the auction here, but we do scatter across the Midwest as well. So,
what might somebody expect to see at this auction? I mean, starting obviously with small hand tools. I think I've seen a ring set up there with antique tools that you're going to have. It starts from there and it goes to what else?
Well, you could start with tools for the construction industry, air compressors, nailers, staplers, saws, scaffolding, ladders, tools and equipment from the sawmill and pallet industry, which includes actual sawmills to etchers to power units. Then we get into the bigger construction equipment, dozers, skid steers, forklifts, new doors and windows, that whole lineup. We also, of course, have a woodworking equipment side of it that is offering all that kinds of equipment for the cabinet and the woodworking industry like that. Going into metalworking, we have welders, mills, lathes. They're all relative to the metalworking industry.
So if I wanted a CNC machine, I could show up here and the ability to buy a CNC would be here.
We'd love to sell you one.
I wouldn't know what to do with it, but that'd be
Sure.
an idea. So if somebody wants to come to the auction and you start registering people already on Thursday, is it that people can start registering for buyers' numbers?
yeah, that is correct.
How does that work as far as if someone registers for a number on Thursday, buys on Thursday, wants to come back Friday, wants to come back Saturday, do they have to come in and settle up? Can they come in and set up, wait until the entire sale is over? How's that part work?
We ask you to pay each day,
Okay.
Especially if you take your items along.
Gotcha.
Pay as you go. It just keeps the record straight, and
However,
it's a lot easier.
the buyer's numbers can be used
Okay.
Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So if you come in and register early and on Thursday, you can use that number moving forward through
Right.
through the next 3 days.
Right.
Yeah. And you have absolutely any type of lift you need that will handle anything that you're selling.
Yep.
Okay.
We have
We just-
approximately 15 plus lifts probably.
Now, obviously, you're going to have the auction going on with about 14 rings or so that'll be selling. But adjacent to here, and for those of you that don't know, we're at the Mount Hope Auction Grounds again. We've been here earlier a couple of weeks ago. The new building that is down here, the Mount Hope Expo Center, that's where the tool show is at. Correct?
Offering a 40,000 square foot building of exhibitors of new product
Okay.
that's offered in the construction and the woodworking industry primarily.
Correct.
Any idea how many vendors will be set up in there?
It's over 100.
Over 100 vendors. Okay. So that's also something new, and for those of you that are worried about weather, there is a tunnel that connects the two buildings. Obviously, they're going to have a ton of large equipment that's going to be out on the grounds, regardless of weather.
That's right.
You guys are going to be going at it regardless what happens, although extended forecast does look good for those of you that are worried.
Yep.
Is there anything that we're missing, that we're forgetting about, that you want to make sure that somebody who has not attended, thinking about attending, that they might, maybe keep in mind?
Something that that we're excited about, I'm personally excited about, is the online bidding platform.
Right.
That we offer through the auction. Now, we obviously only cover a fraction of what we sell via the online bidding, but the heavy equipment on Saturday starting at 10 o'clock, we'll offer online bidding on it through BIDSPOTTER.
Okay.
And as well as some of the woodworking. We're excited about that. This is the first year for us to do the woodworking and to provide a little bit of online bidding on that, and so that's through BIDSPOTTER as well. Friday, we'll do that Friday the 17th starting at 10 o'clock.
Okay.
Actually, the online bidding will start at 12.
Okay.
And then also for the antiques on Thursday, that's where we actually started with our online bidding originally about 3 years ago. And we'll be doing online bidding, or offering online bidding on that. Thursday the 16th, starting at 12 o'clock, we'll have about 500 lots of antiques online, as well as Friday the 17th, we have a very large private collection of antiques from a local collector. We're really excited about that, looking forward to that, and we'll offer those through auctionzip.com, and our auctioneer ID would be 40052 if you're interested in checking out on the antiques. But those are some things that we're excited about. We're growing in as a company, and we see every year, we see ourselves expanding in that area, kind of technology and just the internet and some of the tools that we're utilizing as a company to try to better serve our sellers, and also try to make us more available to the buyers that are out there and trying to join in without coming into the circles.
Well, I understand that. As second generation myself, I'm assuming that you drove the technology point maybe a little bit more than Dad did. I understand where that's at as well. Now, you mentioned several things there when you're talking about online bidding. BIDSPOTTER is obviously going to handle the larger pieces, the woodworking pieces. If somebody's to land on airworkauctions.com, are there links on there to the BIDSPOTTER? If not, we'll obviously post links on this video that you guys can jump on there and get to that stuff. But can they get to the links from your website?
Absolutely.
Okay.
That's a great question, Anthony. Actually, we are on 5 different online platforms. Airworks Auction, obviously, the airworksauction.com, as well as the Kaufman Realty and Auctions. We are on their website and should have the online links off of both of those websites. Obviously, if you go to Auction Zip, you can find us there. There'll be links for BIDSPOTTER as well as Auction Zip on there. So there's multiple platforms, as well as Global Auction Guide and GoToAuctions.com. But yeah, there's access to click on the links there for that.
As far as payment, let's just maybe cover some of that stuff. You accept all major credit cards, I assume.
Yep.
What about, are you set up for wire transfer as far as when people have larger items? What would, let's use the hypothetical if someone comes in and buys an $80,000 dozer. What type of payment is for that type?
We can honor wire transfer.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let me ask you, I guess, maybe one parting question before we leave here. How tired are you by Saturday night?
Actually, the tiredness comes about a week after.
That's true. Now,
Then
you guys are here loading out then all the following week?
Right.
Correct.
We still can't catch a breath until about a week after it kind of crashes for me. That's when I get up at 9 o'clock in the morning for a week straight.
When the adrenaline lets down, then it's time to go to
Yeah.
Florida. It's time
Yeah.
to. It's time
Also
to.
want to offer the address here. It's 8076 State Route 241. The GPS is Millersburg, Ohio 44654, but it's in the village of Mount Hope, Ohio, as far as location.
For those of you that are coming from a ways off, like Ruben says, Mount Hope, it's not an incorporated village, so if you hit Mount Hope and you try to pull that up, good luck. This is a Millersburg address here, but we'll make sure to get that covered for you. If you have any questions as far as phone numbers, what are a couple contact phone numbers to give out?
Well, my own phone number, if you want to contact me, would be 330-317-9259. If you want to get in contact with Ruben, I might add, he's still out working every one of us today. He's out hustling us. If you have questions for him, his phone number is 330-749-5086. And then my brother Danny, who's also very active on the woodworking side of it, especially. If you have woodworking questions, contact him at 330-749-7181, and I'll have to check that.
All right. Well, I can attest to that because up until the point we started shooting here, Ruben asked for a countdown so that he could continue to unpack boxes and get things set up. So you're right. He was out working all of this.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have a change on that number?
Corrections on Danny's number. It's 330-749-9478.
Perfect. Okay, guys, that's all we have. We're going to have some footage here. We're also going to do a follow-up video on this from a actual auction footage from next week. We'll post that as well. And again, if you have any questions, airworkauctions.com, kaufmanrealty.com. There'll be links to the bidding platforms there, some catalogs, so forth posted. If you are looking for anything in the way of equipment or tools, anything construction related, I can tell you that they'll have it this sale. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Thank you, and come to Mount Hope and enjoy the good food. We didn't even talk about that.
That's true. Very true.
Thank you.
All right.